Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. Y'all know what it is. You're now live with me. It's your boy Trey, my man Bishop. We are First Formation Morning Start Sports Talk. Good morning, Bishop. What's good with you, brother? How's your weekend? How's your day going?
It's going pretty good, man. You know what it is. It is Friday Eve. Y'all know it is Thursday falling. Let's go, man. It's WGO. What's going on? How y'all doing on this Thursday, man? We one day away from the weekend. We are actually 7 days away from the NFL Draft 2022. So a lot of moving parts, a lot of things going on. I know Trey is a bit happy as well as possibly a bit concerned because a player of his that's on his team has stated that he wants out. He wants out. So it's a lot of things to cover, a lot of things going on. But did you catch any of the games last night, or what did you do last night? You had some games last night, softballs, anything like that? Trey,
No,
what
no,
you
no.
look like?
Softball. I got softball tonight. A 6 game of
Mm.
softball tonight. So I'll be catching anything or watching anything for the most part. Uh, Probably from my phone or anything. I actually got some stuff I could be doing in reference to some work that I can do while they're out there on the fields. Um, that's tonight. Last night I had a call that I had to get on. Um, did some after that, got off and kind of rested, kind of like recuperation and tried to do some planning. You know what I'm saying? Do what we gotta do to get some key people on the show. Come on, and talk about some things. So that was the main portion of it. I had a question, Bishop. I had a question for what was the
Get it out,
reason.
Trey, because the whole time you talking, you cannot keep a straight face, bro. You want to smile and
I
laugh
have a
so hard,
question.
it,
I
you,
have a
it
question.
is inevitable, bro, that
I have a
you
question.
want to get this off your chest.
I wanted to.
So go
I
ahead
was
and get it
wondering.
off, bro.
I
Go
was
ahead.
wondering.
Go ahead.
I noticed in
Go
your
ahead.
intro that you stated that I may be happy, but of course all sad as well. So I didn't correlate the happiness to the fact that Debo wanted to go. So what is it that I might be happy about? I was just wondering.
See, this is
You
what
you
Trey
left. You
do,
so
right?
eloquently left that out.
See, this
You
is
so
what Trey
eloquently left
do,
that
right?
out.
See, I knew this. This is why I led up to that because I know Trey. When I seen what took place last night on the hardwood courts, I was like, this tomorrow, bro. I'm not gonna get into this tomorrow. I could not believe the blasphemy that was going on yesterday on the hardwood court. I did not go 0-3 thanks to the freaking Sixers, and they almost made me go 0-3. But because the Sixers and Joel Embiid hit that game-winning three in overtime, I'm 1-2. So I'm thankful. What up, JP? What's good? What's good? What's good? How you doing,
What's
3-4?
good morning?
Good
Good
morning,
morning.
Brad.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm 1-2. However, what he is stating is himself, but he did go 3. He picked every game correctly last night.
No, not all of them.
With the
Not all of
with
them. I
the
don't think I picked all of them correctly.
I
I think
thought
I
you
got
picked all three. I thought you went 3 and
no.
0.
No, I went.
Who'd
I
you
went three and
lose?
zero.
What game
I
you
went to.
lose?
I went 3-0 the day before. I went 2-1 last night because I along with you went with the Nets. Remember, I was like Boston. I was like
Oh, the Nets.
yeah, I was like I want to say
That's right.
Boston, but I was
Yeah,
like
you
I just
did.
don't think. Yeah, so I went 2-1.
You
So in that
did.
case, saying in our illustrious
What
now
up, Freddie? Good morning.
we are now tied 9-6 with the of course with
Is
tonight's
that nine and
games.
six?
Yeah,
Eight,
it
eight,
was
nine,
slowly but
nine.
surely
Yeah,
like
I lost 2 games
yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah,
Yep,
nine
yeah,
to six.
9 and 6.
So it's unfortunate. I should have went with Boston, but
God
we all
dang,
had those moments. It's like
freaking
last night,
KD,
bruh.
bro.
It's just like last night. I wish Ron, it would have been Ron would have been proud of me, but I didn't pull the trigger. So last night I was taking a look at FanDuel. As you know, FanDuel does all the stuff when it comes to betting. And I was like, let me take a look
Right.
at what this lifestyle be. So I seen a wager, right? It was the wager on
Mm-hmm.
something as simple as who is going to score the first points in the Chicago Milwaukee game. So I'm looking. I was like, I was like, I wonder. I was like, should I take this? So I look. Pick, of course, like I said, the homie, DeMar DeRozan. I was like, maybe. I was like, DeMar is going to probably get that. So I did. I put it. I put selected DeMar, put $20 wager, right? $20 would have got me $192.
Okay.
If you like me, you hear you listen to inclusive words. $20 would have got me $192. Of course,
Would
as
have.
I'm sitting,
That's the
would
key.
have,
The key words are would have. Right.
would have, would
This
have,
is what
yes.
bothers me.
Yes, $20 would have got me $192. So as opposed to going ahead and pulling the trigger and putting the $20, saying it with my chest, I decide to close out the app and not place the bet. 2 minutes later,
Oh my God.
2 minutes later,
Oh my God. You're watching it, of course.
I'm watching the game, and who else but DeMar DeRozan
And he
scores the
gets the
first
first.
points in the game. After
So
they went down like
self-inflicted.
he shot the first he shot the first shot they missed. They went
What
down,
up,
they got
Brad?
a
What up? What
steal,
up?
and then after that it's like DeMar scored, Williams scored, someone else scored. I was like, but DeMar, I was like $20 would be got $192 in a matter of seconds, and I didn't pull the trigger on it.
Made a
I'm
$70 profit.
if you Ron, I'm sorry,
Good
man.
man.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I didn't. But I realize I pay attention to things, and that's how they get you,
I'm
Bishop.
sorry, $170
That's
profit. $70 profit. I'm sorry. Hey, what y'all doing, man? I hope you'll come on y'all show. Who's this?
uh
Oh, that's the young lady.
yeah. We talked
Isn't that the
yesterday.
young lady we spoke about yesterday?
Yeah, yeah. But that's how they get you,
But
Bishop.
anyway,
That's how they get
why
you.
didn't you pull the trigger? Why didn't you pull the trigger, Trey? Everybody wants to. Inquiring minds want to know why didn't you pull the
I don't
trigger
know,
when you
man.
had it picked in your
I'm
mind?
not.
You knew it was just $20.
I'm not a gambler, man. I'm a risk taker, but I'm not a
I'm
gambler.
not
You know what
either.
I'm saying? It's the difference.
That is a
I'm a
risk.
risk taker.
That was a
I'm
huge.
a
That was a
risk.
risk. That was a risk.
But no, I don't think that was a risk. I like when I tend to sit up and I take risk on other things, but as part when it comes to like I tried to hold on to my coins as best possible, and so when I look
We
at it,
all do.
so when I look at it for me, it's like I go through. I'm a whole, I have a mental thing that goes on in my head in which I'm thinking I'm gambling, I'm juggling like, okay, it's $20. Like we spend $20 on some of the most atrocious things, all what I'm saying in life. Like think about when
Right.
we come to like
Oh,
paraphernalia.
so
Like
yeah, we
it's
spent.
like money,
Yeah,
money gets spent on samples for paraphernalia out the yin yang. So I'm worried about $20. Like that's not it. But it was just a simple fact of I have a real complex, like a mental complex, when it comes to my thinking, the thinking process. What's good, Key? Good morning. Good morning. I have a thing. So
what up,
I
Key? Good
went through that.
morning. Good
I
morning.
went through that process in my head, and although I had the $20 there to play, I didn't play it, and it just was one of those things. I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying, forget it. And now even mess with me, no, but like I said, that's how they get you. That's how they get you. It's like I did it in this moment in time. I didn't pull the trigger, so it's like next time when I think I got a sure thing, I pull the trigger, and then what happens?
And it ain't gonna happen. Yeah.
Yeah. And then now I stay chasing that high that I can't get again because I would have got the 109. I would have got turned the $170 profit like that, and I would have been chasing that high. So I just I think it's one of those things. I don't like. I can't stand being boxed in or being in a certain way. So I just look at that as I always try to be the different person in the room. And that in that
Mm.
moment I wanted to be the different person in the room and not be the person that's addicted to um, going on FanDuel and posting parlay bets at little to nothing.
Well, see, that's the thing, though, Trey. So I hardly ever play FanDuel. Well, I don't do FanDuel actually. I do DraftKings, but
Uh-huh.
I hardly ever do DraftKings for basketball. Like now for football season, like right before football season kicks off, right? I start, I put money in my little account on DraftKings, um, um, to get ready for the season because I normally do DraftKings throughout the entire season for football. FanDuel has gotten me some funds. That's what's up, Key. I used to do FanDuel. I don't know why I went away from FanDuel. Because, matter of fact, I used to do both of them. I used to do FanDuel and DraftKings. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know why I went away from FanDuel. I can't even really tell you why I did. I just completely stopped FanDuel because I started doing DraftKings. But either way, yeah, I take chances on FanDuel. I mean, DraftKings, and I do it. Like I said, I do it right before the season starts, and I do it throughout the entire season. The thing about it is, Yeah, I don't do it for basketball. I don't do, matter of fact, I don't do it for any other sport. Now, I did try to dabble in basketball a little bit last year. I think I did a few games and won a little bit of money. And then this year, I think I only did one game or one basketball one time. But just LIG trade, not for bad luck. You wouldn't have any luck. You know, let it go. and, but yeah, I take chances here and there. I don't bet no huge amounts of money. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I take the dollar bets. You know, sometimes I take the quarter bets or whatever. But mostly I take the dollar bets. And you know where you pick the players who you feel out of the game who's gonna be the most successful, and gonna get you the most fantasy points for the most part. I play the one where Trey. I play the one where it's like normally when I do it, I don't do. I used to do it where I pick through all the games throughout the weekend or through Sunday, all the games on
Uh-huh.
Sunday and Monday. I think it is.
The pool.
I used to
Oh,
do
you
that. I
know,
stopped
speaking of
doing.
that, I can't wait till the season come back. Speaking of that, okay, I'll go ahead. I'm listening.
Yeah, I know. When I said it, I thought about the same thing too.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
thought
yeah.
about that too. That's a big one right there.
Yeah.
For you two.
Yeah.
Me and Trey talking about something else, but that one right there, now that one's worth it. That
Yeah.
one's way. Me and Trey have come way close. Now, you won one time, didn't you, Trey? Or no?
Yeah. I won once.
Yeah, you did win one. On bet
Yeah.
or bet on both ends, so either way you win something. Yeah. So yeah, I've done that too. Fred, in regards to trying to bet on both ends, but I don't, like I said, I don't bet on the ones, I don't never place that with the ones where it has all the games. But I'll pick like a Sunday night game where it's just two teams playing, and I'll pick the best players out of those two teams instead of
Hmm.
trying to pick throughout all teams playing that weekend. So with that, I do that on the regular. But I do know what you mean. I've come to situations where I found that when I should have bet when I didn't, and I found myself just being like, golly, or I picked a person who I knew I should, or I didn't pick a person who I should have, or who I know I should have picked, and didn't pick him. He had a monstrous game and stuff like that. But my question, Trey, have you ever done like, do you ever use it like can do it for boxing or anything other than basketball or football? Have you
No, I
done
so I had
any other sport,
like I so
boxing,
you have to keep in mind
UFC?
you have to keep in mind I'm in Louisiana, so Louisiana just got added to the bet to be able to bet online because it wasn't able to.
Oh, really?
So
Okay.
yeah,
Oh, I
yeah.
didn't know.
So
Okay.
in Texas, y'all was always able. California, like
Yeah,
sometimes
we've
I had to.
been. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like I would have to set up and send money to Donovan sometimes, but hey man, place this bet. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey,
Who's better for
so
you?
that's
Oh.
yeah, because I could like he was doing that for a second, like for FanDuel, like DraftKings and stuff like that, building the team and stuff like that,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
which I or I would have to travel to Texas. So if I was in Texas over a weekend, I would play, and then when I get back, then
Mhm.
when I come back to Louisiana, I can't play. So now I'm able to play that. So I just was looking at the TV last night. I was like, let me try, you know what I'm saying? Let me see what this do. And it took forever because it wouldn't allow me to because it wasn't a location was still being blocked because
Mhm.
I had a proxy on my phone. So it was like a VPN, I'm sorry.
Mm.
So I had
Yeah,
to
it blocked the websites.
yeah, I had to enable the VPN to allow it to do it. So now I can see it. So I don't know, maybe and it's funny you say that because the Gypsy King has a fight against White this
This
weekend. So
weekend.
I
Yep.
might have to take a look at
Saturday.
that and see what that do.
And that's why I
Uh,
asked. That's why I
yeah.
asked. Have you ever done like boxing or
Uh.
UFC or
Have
any
you?
other sport outside of basketball or football? No, I haven't. But I thought
Okay.
about
Yeah.
it. Actually,
Hmm.
I thought about the fight, this Earl Spence. I thought about doing it against the Earl Spence fight this past weekend. I thought
Hmm.
about doing it then, but I was like, I was like you. I was like, I ain't been following up on boxing enough to kind of like to be putting wages in yet. You know what I'm saying? I kind of figured Earl Spence was gonna win, but I mean with boxing it's like what round will it get knocked out on?
Or
Will it go
around.
bullet
Yeah.
well? Will it be a TKL? Yeah, or will it be a actual not? They got many variables on when it
Hmm.
comes to boxing. So yeah, so now when you do boxing and UFC, you got to pick the right variable on which you think could happen, and anything could happen in boxing. Could it, like it was almost that match with Errol Spence. It almost went 12 rounds. Oh boy, I think he TKO'd him. They stopped the fight at what the seventh or eighth round, I believe it was.
Yeah.
So yeah, so yeah, you might have picked Errol Spence to win, but did you pick him by TKO or KO?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't have a problem with, what I'm saying, I don't have a problem with online betting. For the most part, um, it's just, man, like you, I'm frugal when it comes to my cheese, man.
Yeah, true that. True that. It's saying it's a blessing and a curse because you be like, but then sometimes I don't
That
know when
part,
to let it go. And
yeah,
like you
that
said,
part. I mean, it ain't no
spend
different
the
than
money, you spend the money on the most egregious things. Like, did I just spend the money on this? But yet I wouldn't do this.
yep. hmm Like shoes, I'll go spend
Yeah, yeah,
some for some shoes, but then won't spend $20 on a bet to try and win even more money
yeah, yeah.
in that
But
first. Yeah,
I go spend three hundred
yeah,
dollars on some customized shoes, but I won't spend $20 to get this bet.
that part.
Like, yeah,
That part.
interesting.
Spend $50 on the game, but spending $50 on a video game, but won't spend $20 to try and see if
That
we
would
can
have
get even
made
more
me
money.
20 to 100. Not,
You
yeah.
know,
Like it's that old
you
saying,
know what
you
I'm saying?
say, if you doing something that don't make you money, it's a hobby.
It's a hobby. That's facts. That's true facts. And I truly believe that online betting, any type of betting is a hobby. Now, don't get me wrong. There are people out there. Excuse me. There are people
Yeah,
making
I know
millions
a
of
couple of people
dollars
that calls
betting
it work.
because they bet big. Yeah, they bet big. They don't. They take huge chances. You know, who was that? We just talked about it the other day. Was that Drake? Who was that? This bet something. We was just talking about a week ago, and we were saying if he win, he would win. They bet huge.
Oh,
It was
Drake,
Drake
yeah,
or some entertainer. Yeah,
Drake. He bet
but
two
yeah,
hundred thousand, two
what
hundred thousand
I thought it was Drake,
on
right?
yeah.
Two
He
hundred
bet two
thousand.
hundred thousand on Golden State.
That's what it was. 200,000 on Golden State. Yeah, that's what it was. Now the casinos, key and stuff like that. Casinos, I know a lot of people like my LB, which my matter of fact, yeah, my LB, um, Kratos, Kratos and my
Oh yeah,
brothers, they are huge, man. Within a 2 hour radius from where we are, oh, they're gonna take that trip. They're gonna take that trip. They're gonna make sure they make it out to the casino. And I know a lot of people who are big casino, lovers. They love to be in the casino, and they spend that money. You know what I'm saying? That's just one of the things in which they like to do. Knock anybody. I know some people that won some major money playing the slots. You know what I'm saying? And all of that good stuff. So it is what it is. Trey.
and you know what was funny is it took me the longest all that time when he'd be like, hey, I'm going into work, so let me hit you back. I literally thought he had a job doing that. Like I didn't realize what he was saying or what he meant. It took me a little bit to catch on.
Hmm. Yeah. Do you do the slots?
So do I do slots? Here and there. And like I don't yeah,
Yeah.
I might I go with a budget. Like I might say up and say I got $150. The most I ever
Yeah.
dropped
Yes,
at a
me too.
casino.
I
Yeah.
got this $100. I'm not going past that.
Yeah. And no matter what, win, lose or draw, or win or lose, that's all I'm playing is $100. Like the highs I've gotten
That's
is
it.
two
I'm
hundred
not putting it
dollars
back in there.
Yeah, the highest I got is
Mm.
$200. I flip and drop was $200, and I go through a whole thing. Like I said again, mindset. I go through a whole thing. Like I break down, like what did I do? How did I do it? Like okay, I spent $20. I spent $200. I took $200 out. I played the slots. All I
Mm.
won was $30, even though I didn't walk away anything. But in the process, I won $30, which means I only came out $170 off my money back. It wasn't a good trip. I didn't make any money. And that's what I'm saying, that's the process I go
Right.
through in my mind. Like ultimately, did at the end state,
Yeah, that's me
did
too.
me spending that money, did I what did I garner? I won $30
Did
total,
I gain or did I
but I
lose?
spent
Yeah.
200. Yeah, I spent 200. Like
Right.
that wasn't, it didn't make sense. Like I lost money.
Right.
So
I'm that same way. See, but do you know that most people that gamble like that don't think like that. They don't
oh
think
yeah,
like that. I mean,
they just throw the
there's
money out
some
there.
that do, but for the most part, most of them don't think like that.
So you know what? You brought up a good point there, Taylor May. I mean, let's Stanton. So Lig, let it go. You know what? There's a lot of things on which I think we could use that as the moniker for this particular set. What's good, Tiff? What's good, sis?
Tiff,
Uh,
Tiff, what's going on, Tiff? I didn't realize who
yeah,
that was until I seen the. I was like,
the Phoenix. Yeah.
what's good, Tiff? What's good, sis? What's good? What's good?
So it's a lot of things in which I think we could just take. I
That's
played 500 to 600 on the first trip to the casino, cashed
That's
out
what
of
I'm
that
talking
face
about.
at.
That's what I'm talking about right there. Understand? I flipped 50 into 600 on my first trip to casino, cashed out, and left ASAP. That's what you got to do. You will find yourself putting all that money right back in because you get greedy. Because you can't. You feel like, oh, if I can win 600, I can win 1,200. If I can win 1,200, I can win 2,400,
Not
3,600.
on duty. Not on duty.
Know when to hold them. Know when to fold
No,
them. You got to know when to walk away. Know
no,
when to run.
no.
And Taylor said he ran. Taylor May said he ran. Nobody. Yeah,
So,
you gotta
but
know. You gotta
so
know.
like we were saying, Taylor May, LaShanton, we're gonna go ahead and use that hashtag LIG throughout the this show because there's a lot of things that
Okay.
it's gonna be let it go. So we're hit it with let it go. First thing I know, Bishop will say let it go as I talk about this initially, but like I said in a different sense, the show winning time. What has come out of reference about the show winning time is, of course, there is a depiction of characters on the show. One particular character, which is depicted currently, is still alive, of course, and that is the characterization of uh, the great legend, Laker legend, Jerry Jerry West. Like Jerry West has went through his lawyers to say they need to cease and desist and demands that they stop showing his character because they're depicting his character as a to have anger issues and constantly in a rage and doing all kinds of stuff, and he doesn't like it. So he asked that they stop.
Oh wow.
He demanded that they stop
Oh
with
wow.
the character with his character because his character is seen as being a just angry and mean and surly. So
All right. So
that is
so are they
go
getting
ahead.
these? So are they talking with these people before
So
doing
it's
the
a
show, or
dramedy.
are they just getting views from other people talking about
It's
what
a
it was like? Obviously, sounds like.
it's a dramedy. So it's a lot of it is things, the depictions of the, but it's a dramedy. So it's meant to have funny and also meant to be dramatizing with the drama, and it's starting to rub people the wrong way. Magic went on record to talk about a couple of things in reference to it. And now, but Jerry West is the one who's like, "Oh no, stop playing." Like so, I don't know how much
Can't
longer.
do this. You can do this.
Yeah, I don't know how much longer they gonna let it go, but
Especially when they just had him on the show.
yeah. So they're gonna
On that,
he
what was it, NBA 75th anniversary when they was
uh-huh.
picking players. So they seen one side of them, and now probably seeing another side on that show. It's probably like people wondering like, really, he didn't seem that way on that pick show.
So now this is a problem. So he's had his lawyers send them a letter, and they have X amount of days to reply to the letter,
Ooh wee,
or they're going to go ahead and start a court proceedings in reference to it. So uh, you have that back into the so that's saying that
defamation.
has a yeah yes, uh, but now Bishop Booker, as we talked about yesterday, Devin Booker, guard for the Phoenix Suns, is out indefinitely with that hamstring injury.
Least 2 games.
At least 2 games, which is game
At least two
three, and
games.
would be game 3 and 4. Uh,
Yeah, boy.
do you foresee this as a problem for the Phoenix Suns? I know we talked about it yesterday, but before we knew he would be out 2 to 3 games, do you think they survive 2 to 3 games without Devin Booker?
Um, uh, my computer's acting up again. Yeah, I gotta get rid of this thing, bro. This over
Uh
is
huh.
irritating. So, do you? This is just something I didn't even want to do. Um, do I believe Devin Booker
That
is
Phoenix.
I think the Suns are in trouble. I think the Suns are in
Okay,
trouble.
yeah,
I think
likewise.
because of the fact that yeah, because of the fact Devin Booker may be out. We spoke about it briefly yesterday in regards to Devin Booker um, not being able to play, maybe not being able to, or we didn't know how many games he's going to be out. We just found out today or yesterday,
Hmm.
late yesterday, that he's going to be out for at least games 3 and 4. So that's huge um, for for Phoenix because luckily the Phoenix had one win going in, um, but with Devin being out, and now they're
New
traveling to
Orleans.
New Orleans. Yeah, it's gonna be a problem, bro. I don't know if they're. In my personal opinion, I don't know if they'll be able to do it
Mm.
without it to finish it off with
I
two
think we
games. Because
talked about it.
that possibly what 3-1, 3-1.
Yeah, and I was about to say we talked about it yesterday. Like we understandably, of course, we know that CP3 is there, but at the end of the day, that
And AD and all of
Booker is a
that.
score. Yeah, Booker is a scorer. They're saying he's a bucket. Uh,
Right.
so to ask CP3 to carry their team, um, for the most part. I mean, there's other people, but him as the lead as the team, the king superstar, that might be a little too much. Uh,
Not
and
only
which
that
might
though, not only that though, Trey, I think the fact of the matter is if the Pelicans go up 1, that means Phoenix has to win 4 games in a row or 3 more games in a row. 3 more games in a row. They would have to win 3 more games in a row.
that's heavy
That's a
lifting.
hard feat, bro. That is heavy lift. If New Orleans was 3-0, being that they headed back to the low. So
Hmm.
I don't know, man. I don't know if Phoenix has that in them, being that Devin's about to be out for the next 2 games. I don't know if Phoenix has that in them, that dog in them to come back down 3-1 and win the series and win 3 in a row. But we'll see.
I
We'll
agree. I
see.
agree. Of
It's in
course,
CP.
just keeping
It's in
on.
CP3's hands
Yeah,
now.
I mean, and like he's a facilitator, so he might be able to get his, get his everyone else to make it work. So he's a facilitator. That's what he's expected of him. Uh, it's just true,
He
true
can
that.
tell
Yeah, that's true. Look,
slow it down. It's like, but not likely. Yeah, that's the thing. But see, that's the thing, Leo. If New Orleans can stop them from doing that, stop them from slowing the game down, that's gonna put Phoenix in trouble. Excuse me,
and
in my
I'm
opinion.
not sure. I'm not sure if Phoenix wants to get in a slowdown game with them because I
I don't
mean,
either.
when they're gonna
I
go
don't
back
either.
home, they're gonna go back home. Valanciunas can be a monster down low. So now you have like slowing it down. I mean, of course, they're feeding it to JaVale. They're feeding it to Aiden. Maybe working on Crowder in and out of the lane. Um, in
Mm-hmm.
doing that, I don't know if they built for that. Like overall, if they have it to where like Aiden is a monster, he can be, but now that's what they're going to be relying on CP3 to get people in spots and do his thing when he gets to his spot and knock down. It's going to be interesting. I definitely think it's going to be
It
interesting, but
is.
I do think they're in trouble. But on the other side of the spectrum, Luca may be
Mm-hmm.
making a appearance as he looking. They're saying he's looking good, excuse me, and he's possibly going to be cleared to play in the game in their series. Uh, so if Luca comes back, do you think Utah is in trouble with Luca making an appearance for the Mavericks? What's good, Applewhite? Good morning, sir. How you doing?
Do I? What's good, AP? Rich AP? Do I feel like? What? Say that again.
Do you feel like Luca will is going to make it very hard for Utah to win another game if he comes back? Although when they look at the stats, they said the Mavericks put up more points with Luca on the bench and out of games because he
Mm.
slows because he slows the game down.
So again, yeah, 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 yeah. Um, do I think that the Jazz can get another win with Luca returning?
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Like
series is tied 1-1, right? Y'all they play game three
Yeah,
tonight.
it's 1-1.
Um,
1-1.
and they in Utah, so they play tonight's
Yes,
game
they
in
are in
Utah.
Utah. Mm-hmm.
Mm. Yeah, I think the Jazz can still get one win, man. I think
Okay.
Donovan Mitchell and them can pull something out and get a win at home. I do. I feel like they can pull a win out with Luka on the court at home. I do. I think they can do that. I think they can do that. I do.
I,
You not do
so
you not do you not agree to that?
I think what happens is if Luca comes back, especially in a close game, and takes out Utah for their first game, the game three, I think that kind of like starts to put a that mental midget on their back, on people's back. It's like, man, it's like we had our chance in Dallas. We let Jalen Bronson knock us off. Now Luca's back, especially if it's a blowout. Luca's back. We just let them get another one in our home. Now we have to sit. Now we play again. It starts to put that like a different people apply to different forms of pressure, and I don't know if the whole team will be able to respond to that type of pressure.
Well, tonight, see, I feel like Luca. Or tonight, I feel like the Jazz gonna have an advantage because this is their first game at home. So the crowd is going to be definitely in their favor on their home court. So I feel like that's going to give the Jazz a spark, Donovan Mitchell and all of them a spark to want to get, you know what I'm saying, a W for the fans. So that's why I feel like the Jazz, you know, get a win at home, especially tonight at least.
So what we can do, Bishop, we can go ahead and get into these games as we recap why we are currently. In case y'all didn't know, in case y'all late and y'all didn't hear it, in the last 2 nights, I have gone 5-1, in which I have now caught the GOAT as he calls himself, and now we're tied with the 9-6 record, or 9-5. Correction, 9-6 record apiece. As we look, of course, tonight we'll do another pick in which we can see if the tie is broken. Just want to let y'all know
We
as we
got
get into
three.
it. But
Yeah.
of
Oh,
course,
we only got. Oh no, we got 3 game nights tonight. We got
3 games
3 games
tonight.
tonight.
Yeah, or is it two? I think it's two tonight. I think it's two tonight. In
No,
any
it's
case,
three. It's three.
oh, it's three. Okay, okay. See, yeah.
Yeah.
Look at. Hey, talk to him, Key. Talk to him. Uh,
Key, don't do that. Don't do that, Key. Don't gas him up, man. He all right. It's on now. You're right, Freddie. It is
yeah,
on now. It is on
yeah.
now.
What's good, Dante?
It's
What's
on now.
good, Coach D? What's good?
What
So,
up? Good. Well,
of
good morning.
course,
Good morning, Dante. Good morning. Good morning.
the Chicago Bulls faced off yesterday against the Milwaukee Bucks in Milwaukee, in which this was one of the few games in which was damning to Bishop. But we're not going to talk about that. We'll talk about the game. The Milwaukee Bucks, the Milwaukee Bucks, the fear to
Anthony,
deer
you ain't the only
moniker.
one, bro. You ain't the only one, Anthony.
The Field of Deer moniker did not bode well as last night. Of course, Giannis Antetokounmpo, 33 points, 18 rebounds, 9 assists, 1 assist short of a triple double. Was not it just wasn't enough. As we talked about, Brooke Lopez, 25 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 18 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists from Chris Middleton, 15 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists from Drew Holiday, 11 from Wesley Matthews. But at the end of the day, it wasn't enough. It could have been possibly Chris Middleton went down, as we know he is currently down, and they did find he has an MCL sprain, in which he's probably done for the season. If that's as at minimum, he's done for the series. In which now that firepower is gone. Now that puts more problems on a couple of the other players. Uh, Giannis did what he does. Well, at this game, Giannis became the top leading scorer in Milwaukee Bucks playoff history. Uh, Now he holds that title all alone. But Bishop, yesterday I said something, right? I did say that Chicago was going to get the win, and I said they were going to get the win because Lamar was going to get back to his thing and score at least 30 points. In which him being from the city that I want to be an overachiever, he scored more than 30 points, 41 points,
41, huh?
4 assists. Nikola Vucevic, and that's another bet I didn't. I had a bet on this table to bet Nikola Vucevic is going to score over 20 points. I didn't pull the trigger, but that the only reason I pulled the trigger that one because I tried to do the same $20 bet and it was only worth $2.90. I was like, that's not even worth winning or losing. So I didn't do it, but that was another one which I would have got right. But Demar 41 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. Nikola Vucevic, 24 points, 13 rebounds, 2 assists. USC stand up. 20 points from Zach Levine. He's from UCLA, but yay. 20 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists. 9 points, 10 assists, 2 rebounds for Alex Caruso. Patrick Williams, 10 points, 9 rebounds, 33 assists. Of course, we see all the heavy lifting was done by DeMar getting into those spots as they were able to get the victory last night to tie the series up 1-1. Now they would be heading back to Chicago for 2 games. Bishop, do you think when you get that tie and going back home, that's downhill momentum to where you like we should be good. Let's go and get these next 2 wins and try to help us to close out the series.
What, for Chicago, you mean?
Yeah, or any team in general. Like you get that, like okay, you started out, you lost, but now you get the late win, and now you going home with that win,
Upper
and now
hand?
you got yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well, definitely. Like that game was big for the Bulls, man. To win on the road
Hmm.
in Milwaukee like that, and then to get that win, so you can have the momentum. Excuse me. Going home, that's
Hmm.
huge. That's big for the Bulls. That's big for the Grizzlies. I mean, not for the Grizzlies. That's big for the Bulls. Um, that's big for a lot of teams that's headed back home to try and get that first win at home. You know what I'm saying? For them teams like the Hawks and the teams like the Nuggets, stuff like that, not so much because they down 2 games. So yeah, that was a major win for Demar and Zach and them out there in Chicago. Now all they got to do is try and win because it's still 2-3-2, right? Or is it 2-3-1-1?
I think it's 2-2. I think it's 2-2-1-1-1.
Oh, it's 2-2-1-1-1. Okay,
Yeah, I think it's
so
two two
okay,
one one
okay,
one.
okay. Okay, so 2-2-1-1-1. So yeah, so if they can get them 2 wins at home, putting them at 3-1, that's huge. That's huge. But I'm sure Milwaukee is going to still win on the road in Chicago. They couldn't do nothing with Demar, man. Demar had a great game last night, man. Like you said, he dropped 41 points. Um, and man, he's just hitting on all cylinders. You see, you've seen Demar DeRozan of old, man, coming out there and playing ball. He showed what he can do when he's hitting on all cylinders.
So, of course, when we talk about the 1-1 aspect, we can't the next 2 teams we can't equate that to them. But that doesn't mean they're out and done, all done. It just means that they got a little more to do. Of course, we'll
We could
go with
almost
the
equate one of them. We could almost equate one of them games pretty much done, bro.
the
That's
okay,
that's
yeah,
76ers.
yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
76ers
and
and Raptors. I think.
that's where we're going. That's where we're
I think
going. The
that's yeah,
76ers, which was a
yeah.
hellacious game. Of course, a huge game as the Raptors play host to the 76ers. Got it to where they was tied. They was actually up at one point. Got it to where it was tied, 1-1, 1-4 with the last seconds in the game. Of course, if you're watching the game, you see the call. I don't know why Nick's nurse called Van Fleet off the ball, but he did. Made him go fall back. Of course, Van Fleet fell back. Gave an open lane to where he basically played into the hands of the 76ers, in my opinion. And basically gave them the opportunity. Put the ball in Joel Embiid's hands, knocks down the 3-pointer to get the dub. Of course, the Raptors 26 points from OG Anubayi, uh, 5 points, 4 rebounds, 24 points from Gary Trent Jr., 12 points from Pascal Siakam, 24 from Gary. I mean, 12 from Van Fleet. 20 points from Precious Achua. They, I don't know what to say. Maybe what we do can say is probably that the loss of Scotty Barnes is detrimental to the team. And with Bishop, you're probably right. They're probably going to be swept right on out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Joel Embiid's 33 points, 13 rebounds, 2 assists. Of course, we know that 3-pointer last night that put him up in overtime. Uh, Additionally, 19 points apiece from Tyrese Maxey and James Harden. James with 10 assists, 6 rebounds. Maxey with 4 rebounds, 1 assist. 9 points from George Niang. Tobias Harris, 11 points, 12 rebounds, 2 assists. I know if anyone, Key, I know you feeling it. Is the season over, Bishop? Key, is it all over for the Raptors? We just basically waiting for the next game. Does it end in
Absolutely,
Toronto?
bro. Yes, I feel like it. I feel like yeah, I think it's over, man. I think it's over right now. The 76ers has so much momentum right now to get that win on the road, the very first win, the very first game in Toronto, and they pull out the win, the W. It's pretty much a wrap, man. I would definitely be surprised if Toronto was to win Game 4 at home. I feel like the 76ers are gonna go ahead and finish them off. We all know the big game. This is the same rematch they had last year, and Demar. I mean,
The year before
what's his name?
when Kawhi was there.
Kawhi knocked down that corner three that bounced around and went in. That sent Embiid to the locker room in tears. So I'm
What
sure it's
goes up must come
must
down.
come down. So everybody asked last night, was that a redemption shot from what happened to them in the Raptors
Hmm.
season before, year before, so whatever. He's like, no, we know for sure, we know deep down, yeah, he feels that. He thinks back on when that happened to him, and
The
thinks,
universe is
he
talking.
did it, and he
Hmm.
was the one guarding
Yeah,
uh,
Kawhi.
Kawhi at the time when he hit that corner shot. He was the one guarding Kawhi. So yeah, I'm pretty sure he's waking up this morning feeling real good about that. And they're gonna
It's
feel real
almost
good going into Saturday's game or Friday's game whenever they play again to
like he
try and
told him. He's like
close
I
them
called.
out and get
He
that
told
rest.
he spoke to Drake last night. He's like I'm coming for the sweep. You gonna be there? Make sure you gonna be at the game.
Yeah, was Drake there last night?
Yeah, he was there. He walked off. He talked to him walking off the court.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. 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 Yeah. Oh, Leo say they done. I feel you.
Yeah,
I agree, man. I feel like they done. It's a wrap, man. That's one of the series that's gonna be over by Friday. The crowd was saying,
FMB had to handle
"Wow,
the crowd.
really? Wow. Hey, it is what it is, bro. It is what it is." I feel you, but yeah, he shut that hole. When he hit that shot, you could hear a rat piss on cotton in that joke.
Point 7
It
seconds
was,
left.
bro.
It was yeah. It was
He hit that shot. It was silence.
def-
Silence.
deflating. So of course another one, Bishop. I know this is very near and dear to your heart, and we could take a second if we need to take a second. I understand. Um,
I
the
just
Nets.
need KD to show the hell up, bro. How you go 0 for 12 in the second half, KD? Now everybody talked about all this mess about Kyrie and all of this. You talking all this stuff, and I'm not saying he talking the mess, but the fact of the matter that KD, where are you? I feel like we in a Scooby Doo commercial. Scooby Dooby Doo, where are you? Come on, where you at, KD? We need like Kyrie is back now. What is your excuse for missing 0 for 12? Are you serious right now? Like serious? And then Seth, what are you doing? Patty, what are you doing? You two need to help out. Patty, I see you missed not Patty. That was missed a wide open jumper. Wide open on a fast break. You missed a wide open jumper. Take your butt to the lane then. Stop trying to you're not your brother. Let's get an understanding. You're not your brother. You're not your brother. You're not Steph. You're Seth. Know the difference. You're Seth, not Steph. Stop shooting the ball like that. Go to the rack. Until you find your shot, go to the rack. Try and draw foul. Try and do something. And Patty, what is you doing? it feels like you playing patty cakes because you ain't playing no ball. You definitely ain't playing no ball. I need you to play ball. Ben, hurry up, man. Ben, I need you to lace shit up, bro. I need you to because right now the defense is sucking. KD can't hit the side of a barn with a boulder. Like what's going on, man? What's going on? Key, you did try to tell me. You did try to tell me about Seth. You did. I'm not gonna lie, Key. You did try to tell me. Kyrie is doing too much, man. I feel he is. I know Kyrie's eating. He's fasting because of Ramadan. I got it, but he's still doing what he needs to do. He's still doing what we was what 60% in the first half, 70 almost
60%,
70% in the
62,
first half.
62%.
Yes, in the first half, and then we faltered in the second. KD, this is unacceptable. Unacceptable, bro. I
Of
need you. I
course,
need you to work on your game, bro. Something's
the
wrong.
one of
Something's wrong.
the Celtics play host to the new, of course, in the second game of their series, to the Brooklyn Nets. As you hear Bishop go on his rant, it wasn't favorable for the Nets as they take a
I'm
0-2
pissed.
series as they go 0-2 in the series with a 114-107 loss. Uh, of course, Kevin Durant, as Bishop said, which is interesting, 0-12, basically between Kyrie and KD, he went 1 for 17 in the fourth quarter. But Kevin Durant finished with 27 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. Kyrie, 10 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist. Gordon Dragic tried his best, 18 points, 4 rebounds. Nick Claxton, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. 16 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists from Seth Curry. Drummond, 4 rebounds on the night. Uh, the Celtics, that bad man, and we're not talking about Jason this night, that bad man,
Jalen
Jalen
Brown.
Brown, 22 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, as he was torching, torching the Nets in different areas. Jason Tatum, 19 points, 10 assists, 6 rebounds as he was doing work, 16 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. Daniel Theis, 15.6 rebounds, 2 assists. Grant Williams, 17.6 rebounds. Pritchard, it's funny how, you know what I'm saying, those little things, 10 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, but he came in, was doing key work at key times. Marcus Smart, 12 points, 1 rebound, 5 assists. It was just coming from all over the place seemingly, in which, as Bishop just got finished talking about, they could not clamp or make anything happen. After that fire first quarter or first half, it's like it all fell apart. You know what, they said it this morning. I was checking out Get Up this morning, and as I was looking at the game last night, I did catch some glimpse of it. They, in my opinion, they employed a aspect of that Detroit basketball on KD, and it just was, he didn't have it. They was aggressive with him, all up in his body, not fouling
He
him,
had
just
six
up in his body,
turnovers.
crowding him. Yeah, they definitely made it to where they employed that Detroit style basketball, what Detroit used to do to Jordan. That's what they did to
Mm-hmm.
KD, and it was effective. Do you see that coming out again? And is this series over yet, Bishop?
Yeah, so the series is definitely not over yet because we do got to go back to Brooklyn. However, the problem is next offense support defense, especially in transition. Absolutely, that's why I said we need Ben to come on, out of that, Langston, on the Jays up, and let's get on the court. My thing is this: like I said, KD, he had six turnovers, which is very, very crucial. As I was watching the game, seeing him being reckless with the ball continuously, just repeatedly over and over again, just turning the ball over with just dumb moves. However, Connor, that's the first time in KD's career where he's had two back-to-back games, bad games back to back. That's two. I mean, that's the first time in his career he's had two bad back-to-back games. So with that being said, I feel like that's not going to happen in New Jersey. I feel like KD's gonna go back. He acknowledged last night in the post conference that A lot
He
of
got to
it
do
fell on
more.
him.
He has to do
Yeah, he
more.
has to
Yeah,
do more. He said, he said, I take a lot of shots, so it is
I
what it
got to
is.
set more picks. I got to set. Yeah,
Yeah,
I heard him say that.
he has to come through. He has to come through, especially when we head into Brooklyn on Friday. He has to come through, man. If he doesn't come through, then yeah, this game is definitely going. And Ben is not there saying he will make the team chemistry. No, I disagree with you. How can he make it worse by being a defensive player? That's all they brought in Ben for is defensive. And that's where the Nets are struggling defensively. In transition, just like Anthony said, they can't hold nobody, people blowing right by him. When Ben comes in, and I'm sure he's gonna get limited time, but when he comes in, I'm sure they're gonna put him on Tatum. And if we can stop Tatum now, more people to focus now. If we put Ben on Tatum now, we could put KD on either Mark Smart or Jalen Brown, which preferably probably Jalen Brown. With that being
Hmm.
said, now it's a whole different dynamic. So I don't feel like Ben is going to be a problem. I feel like he is necessarily the person they need to help on the defense end. We don't need him to put up points, but we do need KD to come wake the hell up and start putting points back on the board.
Mm. It remains to be seen. 2-0 could be damning, but it's not. It's not like I said. Honestly, 3-0 isn't even a problem until the series is over. There's always a chance we can win. So of course tonight we
Well,
have
The Brooklyn Nets are 0-7 when they're down 2-0 in the playoff series. They're 0 for 7. They have not won any series where they fell 0-2. They have not won one series. So
mm,
it's not favorable for the Brooklyn Nets right now. It's not.
not a good look at this point. So of course, 3 game slate tonight. All West Coast teams. The Western Conference is on the center stage. 3 games. First game up tonight. The Minnesota Timberwolves at home hosting the Memphis Grizzlies. Bishop. This series is 1-1. Minnesota shocked the first game. Took the first game. Grizzlies came back with a vengeance in the blowout. Who you got tonight, Bishop? Minnesota or Grizzlies?
Oh man, it's probably like I said the other night, man. It's probably one of the series that's definitely probably gonna go second. They going back in. They back in Minnesota. The Grizzlies did what they needed to do to get that win, so they could get the momentum going in. Minnesota's playing on their home court, man. I gotta take Minnesota. I'm going with
Minnesota.
Minnesota to get that dub. Yeah,
This be
I
those
gotta give
things,
Big Cat,
man. So
man. Yeah, this one of them games. This game right here can go either way. Either way. Either way, without question. In my mind,
the
in my
the
opinion.
the competitor in the I think I'm going to let the
The
competitor
competitor
in
in
me,
me.
yeah, and take this game, choose this, and I'm going to go with Memphis. I think Memphis continues to try to make a
Ooh, let's
statement,
go. Let's
and
make it
they
saucy.
and they
Yes.
and they make it a problem. So I'm rocking with Memphis. Is this one? I think Memphis gets the win tonight.
Okay.
All right, next one.
Okay.
The Utah Jazz are hosting back at home, as Bishop said, hosting back on their own court the Dallas Mavericks. We do not know yet if Luka is going to play. I'm very sure it's going to be a more of a game time decision type, or later on today we will have it. But in any case, Bishop, Dallas or the Jazz, who you got?
This is another one, man. Even though I don't definitely don't feel like this game is going to go 7 games. However, the fact of the matter is that we don't know if Luka's playing. So
Mm-hmm.
without us knowing when Luka's playing, even though they just beat the Jazz without Luka.
Without
So,
Luka,
but then the Jazz came,
handily.
yeah, handily, and then came back. The Jazz beat them without
The
Luka.
first game, yeah.
Yeah, the first game. Well, I'm saying the first game. That's right, without
Mm-hmm.
Luka.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just feeling one thing, man. I'm gonna go with Donovan Mitchell and them man in Utah to take that W tonight in Utah to get it over the Jazz. I mean over the Mavericks.
I always so I think this, Bishop. I think when sometimes if you have enough talent on your team, enough talent. You ain't got to be the best of talent, but enough talent in your team. And I
Mm-hmm.
think I take it back to what we talked about the other day. back when we was playing it for Virginia, playing for Freeman at Fort Hood. And one of the things I
Mm-hmm.
think is our team may not have been the best, but we had enough talent to be able to get to cause problems and disruption. And I think that's what
Right.
we have. So we got momentum at one point, right? I can remember the
Mm-hmm.
year that we ended up playing. We was one of the 12 best teams on Fort Hood, and that came because we in the playoff we basically we won a couple of games. We got sent to the losers bracket, and we had to win
Mm-hmm.
to a certain point in the losers
Fight our way
bracket so
out.
we could say and fight our way out. We didn't get back to the our championship, but we got at least to where we finished as a fourth seed team, and then we got in
Right.
as a fourth seed team and we still went and did damage, and even almost very closely, almost even got rid of that the finance team in the
Right. Which was
in
the team to beat.
which was yeah even finance Medak or finance or Medak. So
Mm-hmm.
so with that being said, I think the Mavericks with the momentum from winning gets the win.
Ooh,
I'm
on the
I'm
road.
going with Dallas. I'm going with Dallas. So that's two
Okay.
in which we're on
Okay.
opposite sides of the spectrum. And which this last one,
You
I don't
just
think
trying to
will
take
be.
over, boy. But let's go. It ain't
And
over, baby. Let's
y'all
go.
know, just know it won't just say trade tomorrow. So of course, and
If
lastly,
he win, if he win, that's bad.
of course, last game slated, the Golden State Warriors look to go into Denver to continue dominance, but do they get to take care of that? Bishop, Golden State in Denver, Nuggets, Warriors. Who you got?
Man, this game for me, I feel like is the game just like the 76ers game. I feel like it's probably gonna end in a close one, but I think Steph, not Seth, but Steph is gonna be the one to close it out. Well, not close it out because they still got one more game after this, especially if the Warriors win. I think the big four. Because
Mm,
my question to you, Trey, is I am picking the Warriors to
Golden
win.
State.
But
Likewise, me
but
too.
yeah,
Me too.
I'm picking Golden State to win. But are the Warriors a big four instead of a big three now because of Jordan Poole?
They are four, man. This Jordan Poole is showing, what I'm saying? Like we said the other day, they had it to where they said starting point guard and backup point guard both scored 20 points apiece. And Steph wasn't the starting point guard. So Jordan Poole has showed Michigan stand up, Michigan alum. Jordan Poole has showed that he deserves to be paid. And he deserves to be a part of this big three or adding additionally a big four. He deserves to be considered a splash brother, making them a splash triplets, the splash or whatever you know. The Jordan Poole, so
Quadruplets.
yes, or he's something like Jordan Poole that right now is that dude at the end of the day, and I think
Agreed.
he's going to be the reason why the Warriors go deep in the playoffs. So I agree, Warriors tonight.
Yeah, the Warriors. I definitely think they get that 3-0 lead, and yeah, it's looking dismal for the Nuggets, man. Like I said, they be in the same. They'll be in the same boat tonight if the Warriors win as the Raptors. Be going home
Okay,
early.
okay, Applewhite. Okay, Applewhite. I see
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Splash
Splash
pool.
pool.
That's what you
Okay,
call them.
okay,
Splash
splash
pool.
pool.
I got you. Splash pool. I like that. Splash pool.
And it's like anywhere on the court, man. This dude is knocking down shots. He ain't Steph, but
I
he
like
can
that
get. He's
splash pool because you
consistent.
got the splash brother and then you got pool. I like that
Mhm.
splash pool. That's nice. I
So
like
it's
that.
definitely you make it
So you
okay.
do
So
consider him a big four instead of a big three now.
oh yeah, he's a part of it. He's a part
Yeah.
of it. I think without him in certain games, they probably wouldn't be in the position they're in now, or they probably would be down, or they probably would be. It might be a 1-1 because he applies that pressure.
Mm,
He applies that pressure.
he
It's
does.
like, damn, it's like Steph is
He
out
does.
and we still got to deal with points.
Yeah. Yep. Agreed.
So,
Definitely does.
you know what, Bishop? There's been
What's
as
up?
we go into the NFL, as we move into the NFL. There's some stuff in which came up in which we
Okay.
heard. We're not going to even talk about what I know what everyone wants to hear my soliloquy on and hear me speak about. So we're not going to go there yet. It's coming, but we're not going to go
Mm-hmm.
there yet. What we're going to do is we're going to talk about Mr. TB12, right? He did exactly what I thought he was going to do. And he finally came out and said it. Of course, if you wasn't paying attention yesterday, Brady admits to the fact that he doesn't have a lot left in the tank. And
Right.
he
Which is your thinking.
but it's the drive in him and his love for the game that brought him back. So I ask you, Bishop, is that a detriment to him and the NFL, or is it just like one last hurrah before he can really call it quits? Because he said that I don't have a lot left in the tank, and I realize that I want to go be with my family, but I still have a burn. So clearly, without a doubt, this is expected to most likely be his last season, maybe at least the last season for Tampa Bay, because Tampa Bay has not signed him or has not given him an extension. Um, but what do you think about that comment?
I'm not surprised. I'm older than Tom. Excuse me, so I know exactly what he's going through in regards to um, exactly what he's going through when it comes to not being able or feeling as though you're not at that level no more to be able to play the game no more, but you still have that itch. Even me, at the age of where I'm at right now, I still have the itch. But I know I cannot physically go out there and do what I was used to doing or what I was capable of doing back in the days. I just can't. At some point, you have to realize that and let it go. Lig as Taylor May was saying earlier. Um, but I'm not surprised that's coming from TB12. I'm not at all. GOAT, he has nothing to prove. He doesn't. A lot of people, I wasn't surprised that he came back because I felt like because of the fact that he was able to stay upright a lot this season, being in Tampa Bay, that gave him the energy and the feel to be able to say, yeah, I think I can come back another season. Um, but even still, I wouldn't be surprised if this is his last season. Brady at half is still better than most QBs in the league, and this will definitely be his last season. Yeah, I totally agree with you, Rich AP. Um, yeah, he has nothing to prove. He's just trying to scratch an itch. That's all it is. He's trying to scratch an itch that's been probably during the all season, especially as close as they came to repeating. Um, so he's just trying to scratch an itch, and itch doesn't last too long. The season, I'm sure, as the season goes on, he's getting a year older. As the season goes on, he'll probably be like, okay, yeah, this is definitely it. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't be surprised if he announced middle of the season, the end of the season, that yeah, this is his final season.
So, so this like let's add this to the pot, right? So, did you hear about supposedly what had Brady come back to Tampa Bay?
Mm-mm.
So supposedly what the plan was, and this is of course alleged and supposedly what the plan was is that Brady was going to end up taking a position in the Miami front office and
Miami or Tampa
uh,
Bay?
Miami. He was going to take a position in the Miami front office, and
Mm-hmm.
while taking that position in the Miami front office, he was going to end up leaving from the Miami front office and becoming the quarterback for a year to and then after that go and then retire after that. But of course, with the Brian Flores situation that happened with Miami, that killed everything and put it in a position to where they were not going to, it wasn't feasible for them to do that. So basically he ended Tom Brady elected to go back and play one more year with Tampa Bay, as opposed to what was supposedly the real plan was for him to go work in the front office, maybe come down to the side of the field and play, and then ride off in the sunset on his last year. Of course, out there in the comments, y'all there, what do you think about that? Or if you heard, saying you can add anything to the story, what do you think? What could have been potentially with a Brady to Tyreek Hill, Brady to Waddle, or anything of that? What do you think about that? Let me know in the comments. So, of course, it's all alleged. At this point, we know that Mm. So Anthony, I hear you. I'm telling you, Brady was going to end up like Big Ben. That feeling going to hit you. Probably it's going to be like I'm very sure this is his last year. They got to be. Like I said, in my opinion, y'all have heard me plenty of times before. I don't agree with why Tom is even coming back, but like he was just talking about, there's an itch, and with that itch, he's trying to scratch it. Probably not the best thing to do, but he still does have weapons to a degree in Tampa Bay. So it's not that bad. It's not like he's playing for Houston or something like that, and they really don't have too much there and rebuilding, and he's there. Uh, so it's probably not gonna be that bad, but definitely um, a thing where I feel that this is his last year. Although I feel that he shouldn't have came back, but he did. They are where they are, and they will be where they be. I don't foresee him really doing anything. I've been on here and said myself. I think they're going to be mediocre at best, but I could be wrong. But that's my take on this. So yes, that's definitely one thing that came out yesterday when we were talking about Tom Brady and how he ended up backing in Tampa Bay as opposed to staying retired, or maybe even the Miami as they was talking about. So additionally, Baker Mayfield, Deshaun Watson showed up to off-season voluntary camp. Baker Mayfield has not showed up. Do we think this is just Baker rehabbing, or do you think he's in his feelings and he's like, I'm not showing up until I exactly have to? What's up with Baker Mayfield? Who would y'all like to see Baker Mayfield go to? Let's do that. Who would y'all like to see Baker Mayfield go to? All the teams for the most part solidified. So who is it that y'all looking at and what y'all wouldn't mind seeing Baker Mayfield go to? Me, myself, I see you, Applewhite. He wasn't ready to leave. The Bucks will be a pretender, really? I don't know. I don't think they're contending anything, in my opinion. Okay, y'all coming in. Washington, Seattle. I can see Seattle, Key. I don't know if Drew Lock is that person. We don't want to take money out of his pocket or saying stocks, but I don't know. Washington, I think y'all really, really, really are taking the Wentz situation a little sideways. I don't think he's a bad quarterback. And I don't know if Baker would be a better quarterback than Wentz would be. Smart, I hear you, Anthony. Smart ideal to the Panthers. So, oh yeah, Geno's not the answer as a backup. That's what I'm saying, Key. Like, if you get a Baker there where they compete, for the most part, you have Drew even as a backup or Baker as a backup, and Geno Smith. No, nothing against Geno Smith, but he's had his opportunities and hasn't really proven. But I mean, everyone else gets opportunities continuously. But I just think Geno Smith is not one of those people in which you continue to give opportunity to after over and over again, in which and he squanders. But Geno Smith, of course, a backup quarterback. I just don't think he's when you have a Baker Mayfield out there or even a Cam Newton out there, if that's the best thing to have Geno Smith as your backup. Uh, put him in Dallas. Darnold over Wentz. So back to what Anthony was saying, right? He said smart ideal is the Panthers. Of course, I have a hard feeling for Darnold being a USC alumnus, but has he had the opportunity? He was injured a little last year. His key player, and which is presumably most of the offense, wasn't there. Not to say that's an excuse, because at the end of the day, you need to play with who you have. It's on the coach to be able to create a game plan that will allow him the opportunity to go ahead and be able to be successful in the offense, even though Christian McCaffrey was gone. But I don't know if he's done yet. But even though, although again, competition, so I wouldn't disagree with him in going to Carolina. Um, Robbie Anderson said he doesn't want Mayfield. Uh, Darnold over Wentz. Nah, I wouldn't even say that. Nah, I wouldn't see that Darnold over Wentz. I'm not a big Wentz fan, but I do think he has some promise, and so that's why I say I wouldn't say that. As when it comes to Darnold, Mayfield, and Wentz, I would Wentz will be my first selection. Maybe Mayfield after that, and then Darnold. Uh, Key, did you see why Robbie? Did he say why he didn't want Mayfield? Like Mayfield's not a bad dude. It's just certain things. Bishop talking to KD at the Nets. He probably needs to be doing that. You need to do something, get someone on the line and make something happen, or if they going home, you'll be sitting right to him, LeBron, uh, Chris Paul, AD, and West. We're gonna be sitting about talking about, hey, we need to link up. There's never been a big five. West promises to bring your team down. Maybe Applewhite. Like Wentz, I just think it. I think this is going to be a year for a lot of players, especially those quarterbacks. You got the Mariotas, the Wentzes, maybe even Drew Lock. Is going to be this year in which the show improve years. Like, hey, we still got something in the tank. You still got people like Colin Kaepernick and Cam Newton that are out there that potentially might have some promise or be able to get on the squad and be a backup, get an opportunity. So this, I think this is here. Trubisky has an opportunity. Wentz, Lock, Deshaun gets a chance to show us if he still is that person that we seen 2 years ago. And I agree. That's all you need. Keys to change the series. Hence the reason why I say a lot of these players have an opportunity because they're getting a change of scenery. We Trubisky came out looking good when he started in Chicago. Didn't pan out. He went to Buffalo, but he's played behind Allen. And now he has an opportunity to at least compete for that and show something. Same thing with a couple other players. So we'll see. So you got Samuel that's still there. Logan is there, so I think for the most part, Washington has weapons in the sense, but of course, Ted McLaurin does saying is huge. It's just like anything else, just like when we talk about basketball. If you have that one person that can draw people, that makes other people's job a lot easier. Mayfield's not bad quarterback. I agree, Applewhite. Baker and Dak overpaid. Well, they can do worse. There's probably a couple people out there that's overpaid, or people who haven't got paid yet that's not making the money. So I understand what you're saying, Anthony, and Applewhite. It remains to be seen. Like this year is the year, like you said, for the most part, a lot of movement with quarterbacks, wide receivers, and edge rushers. More so with quarterbacks and wide receivers, and there's still a couple of wide receivers that are out there on the market. Some trying to get added. Additionally, just like Baker isn't in camp. Additionally, also Kyler Murray isn't in camp either, which is befitting when you talk about two Oklahoma former quarterbacks. Neither one of them in camp. One just want to be traded because he feel like he's not getting his just due. He's due to me $18 million this year. The other feel like he should be getting paid $40 million, and he wants to feel like he doesn't want to play. Neither one are attending workouts or in camp. I still, as we always say, as I always talk about, you gotta once you sign it, then that's what you stick to the script. Stick to the script. That's all you got to do. You sign 4 or 5 years. So when you look at it, it's no difference if you don't want them getting rid of you in the 4 or 5 years when you sign your contract and you're not doing the best, then keep that same energy when you are doing your best and you got the contract. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that you don't deserve the money. I'm just saying that this is what you do. But we all know there's certain things to it. For the most part, everyone has a different reason. uh, and that basically makes a hell of a difference. Uh, I'm sure Applewhite. I'm sure you speaking to Anthony. We do have a
My bad,
name
my
other
bad,
than the
y'all.
football.
Oh,
Oh, no,
all right,
you
that's
good.
it. Overpay, but we don't have a name other than the football team. That's the bottom of the barrel. What are you talking about? What is Apple White? What are you on, Apple White?
Him
What
and
are you talking about
him
right now?
him and him and him and Anthony Price, because Anthony
Going
Price
at it.
was, yeah.
What are y'all talking about, Baker? And then I see you hold up the draft contract. What I miss?
Talking about Baker, how why he's not in camp.
OTAs. He's not
Yeah,
OTAs.
nor
I
is
figure so.
Kyler Murray. I was like the whole
Yeah,
the
both of them.
last two, yeah, the last two quarterbacks from
I need.
Oklahoma that
Yes,
you
Key,
just
I
don't.
was. Yes, Key, I was. I was definitely. I was definitely talking to them, bro. I need
we
them to get that W on
we
tomorrow.
seen the passing
Yeah.
yardage.
But what it's Kyler Murray, Baker Mayfield, as well as Debo Samuel said that they're not coming up to
It's just befitting that the last two Oklahoma quarterbacks,
Oh my
Heisman
God,
Trophy
here we
winners,
go.
will be the ones that's holding out.
Boomer. Sooners. I wish we
Like I
have our
said,
spring game
it
this
bring
Saturday.
it bring it brings up red flags. I'm blinking. I just wanted
It
to
does not
blinking.
bring up nowhere. Stop it.
It brings
This
up red
dude here,
flags.
man. You just worried
Blinking,
about Debo. That's all right.
blinking.
You worry about Debo because we may be coming to Philly.
You know what? Y'all can have him. That fact, let's go there. Debo. All right. So Debo Samuel, everyone.
Let's go there then. Let's go there then.
Debo
Let's go there.
Samuel,
That's what I've
everybody.
been waiting on. Don't
Debo
turn me
Samuel.
with a good
Of
time.
course,
Let's go there.
of course, Debo Samuel initially was saying that he wasn't going to OTAs until he got a deal. Then Debo Samuel backtracks and basically states that I'm not going to OTAs, and San Francisco has been trying to talk a deal with him. He's not. He wants to halt talks altogether. And then yesterday he came out and stated that he doesn't want to talk anymore. He wants to be traded. Now we don't necessarily know why he wants to be traded. All we know is that he wants to be traded. It's speculation that he wants to be traded due to the fact that he doesn't like his utilization. He doesn't want to be a running back. He wants to be a
Right.
wide receiver. And he wants to get
Right.
that. Um, I can't argue with that. I wouldn't argue with that for the most part. He's a playmaker, and that's what he's being coined as. But ultimately, he tweeted yesterday that it's okay that only him, the 49ers, and his agent know the real reason why he requests a trade. Um, So we have another situation in which supposedly a player the team is trying to bring him to the table to have the talks so they could get him paid, in which the player doesn't want to, relents to, because they have other things in plan. Bishop, I know, we'll get to that part. What do you think about this situation, Bishop, in which Debo now requests to be traded from San Francisco? Of course, they're not giving him. They're not going to grant him the trade.
That's a,
He's still under contract with us for $3 million.
oh, you gonna
But
get that trade. You gonna get that
nah,
trade.
he's not
That
getting
trade
it.
gonna
You think
happen.
so? You
It's
think
gonna
someone's
happen.
going? You
Yeah,
think someone's
somebody gonna
going
give him.
to tickle the
Somebody's gonna
fancy?
get. Yeah, as long as the price is right or the picks is right, I feel like San Francisco will take that because y'all don't have a first round pick.
No, we don't.
Y'all do not. So that's their leverage right there. Y'all don't have a first round pick at all. And with this draft being wide receiver heavy,
Oh
oh
yeah.
yeah, they'll deal Debo. They'll
Supposedly
deal Debo to a
they're
team
looking.
who
They have a visit. Actually, they have a visit from Vales Jr., who is more of a Debo type mode in the
exactly
multi talented. So yeah. So Debo, like, he's not really
exactly.
like, yeah.
No, but Debo doesn't want to be a triple threat.
Yeah,
That's
he
what
wants to just be a
Rich have
receiver,
AP.
supposedly.
He
Yeah.
doesn't want to be a triple threat. That's not what he wants. He wants to be just a receiver. He feels as though they're using his utilization is being taken up by too many positions, which he doesn't want to. He just wants to simply be a wide receiver. So, right, we do have the draft capital. We have the pick. We have one pick that they could possibly get. I don't see giving up both our first round picks now. But there's one pick we could probably give away to now, because now if we give up that Debo, we give up that one of those pick, either pick 18 or pick 15. We get one of those picks up for Debo. That's one other position we have to worry about on the board. Now we can take. Now we can focus on that one pick being defensively, whether it be that linebacker, whether it be the safeties, stuff like that. Because right now they got us picking, looking at Chris Olave, which is why, like, why if we pick up Debo, we don't. Is it number 18? I thought it was 19. I thought we lost that. I thought we, yeah, I said 18, didn't I? Didn't I say 18? I said
Yeah, I think so.
15 and 18, right? Yeah. We still got two picks. We got pick 15 and 18. I would trade that one draft pick for Debo. Oh, you saying number 18? Exactly. I see what you're saying, King. That 18, exactly. Because we still got pick 50. So we still got pick
Which I'm not.
15,
Which I'm
and I
not
think
gonna do. What you and Key is not gonna do is sit here and
is
try
act
to
like it's
come
gonna
up
happen
with
already,
picks.
like it's
Yeah,
happening right
yeah,
now.
yeah. For
Yes,
my
yes, sir.
for,
Yes,
for
sir.
my
Yes, we are.
player, that's
Yes,
not what
we
we're not gonna do.
speaking in.
And then to have the
We know what
audacity
we've been
and
talking. Speaking
Key,
to an existence.
Key,
Speaking into
the
existence.
audacity to sit up and say an 18 pick, like you gonna give us y'all last pick of the like no Key, we're not gonna.
It's
That's not what we're gonna do.
18. It's 18. Where else would you like 18 in the first round when y'all don't have no picks in the first round? You lucky to get, man. If you don't want to trade, y'all don't have in the first round. You better take that 18 pick. It ain't like it's pick 29 or 25. It's pick 15. I mean 18. Stop it. Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him, Key. Don't listen to him. You can still key in it. Yeah. Don't listen to him, Key. Them San Francisco 49ers will take that pick, man. Pick 18 when they don't have a pick in the first round. Really? Why wouldn't you take that pick when you don't have it in the first round? Now he talking to the 49ers. Absolutely, Key. Yeah, he talking to the 49ers. He trying to get them to get that pick, take that pick. But like I said, now we can focus because I believe our 18th pick initially through the mock draft was to pick up Chris Olave. I didn't know we was gonna pick up a defender in the 15th pick, but if we was to trade away our pick and get Debo and then pick 18, I do feel like
Y'all,
we
no
definitely
man,
will.
y'all not gonna do. Y'all, so why can't I get the 15? Why wouldn't we? Well, we're not getting anything
Why
first
do
and
you need the
foremost.
fifth? Why
That's
do
not
why do you need the 15? Why do you need 3 picks earlier? Why? Why? You don't have any picks. You have no picks in the first round. What is 3 picks before or after? Why is that such a big difference? You get 18. You don't like 18. Take 18 and trade that pick with someone else higher. Do that. But you're not going to
because
take our
between
15 pick. And no.
why not?
No. Why? You getting the pick?
Because
Why?
if I sit up for what like wait first and foremost this is all speculative. Secondly, this is just
Right?
we're not going to act like we're getting like he's not getting traded. He's staying. He's under
He's getting
contract.
traded.
He's
It
he's
don't matter. He's
under
getting traded.
he's under contract. You know, what I'm saying and we
It doesn't
have him
matter.
still. He's not going anywhere
He's
unless, like you said, it's a
he's getting
sweet
traded.
deal. And at the end of the day, a, a,
He's
a
gone.
15 pick, let alone an 18 pick, is not a key trade in which we would want. Like, stop playing with us.
Thank you,
Like,
Anthony. Thank you, Anthony. Just like a Laker fan, ungrateful something is better. That part, Anthony. Tell him again, bro. Tell
stop
him
it, man.
again,
We're
Anthony.
not going to act like it's like
Tell him
we
again,
play with a
Anthony.
slouch, and let's not act like
I
Philadelphia
gotta
is the only. Let's not
Trey.
act like
How is the
Philadelphia is the
18th
only
pick
team.
not worth? How is the 18th pick not a good trade? How is that possible, bro?
Bishop,
How is that not possible?
we started off the show talking about wagers and odds and weighing stuff.
Right.
And what we're not going to do is sit up and talk about a 15th or even an 18th pick is better than first and foremost. You're not going to tell me that you should be offering
When
the
you
15th
have
pick if
no
you
picks,
want.
Trey, in the first round, you have not one pick in the first round. How is that not? I could understand if it was pick 25, 20, 25 on down. But you're the 18th pick. You're like in the middle of all picks, bro. You're practically almost in the middle of picks. And you mean to tell me that's not worth when you don't have not one pick in the first round? Stop it, Trey.
Not when you got,
Stop
not
it,
when,
Trey.
just like
Well,
Key
then go.
pointed
I'll tell
out,
you what. I'll tell
just
y'all
like
what.
Key pointed
Y'all
out,
go deal.
or
Y'all go deal Debo over in Green Bay, where they got the
no,
22nd and
no,
the
no.
28th
We
pick.
ain't gotta
Y'all
do
go
that.
deal.
You can do that.
Yeah. Go over
We
there.
can do this.
Go
We can
over
do
there.
this.
Go
Just
over there
like
with
he
that.
said, we can go to the Texans with their 3 or 13th, or we can go to the New York Jets, who are just has just as much capital as y'all do. We don't need to sit up and lock in with y'all, and then y'all are our conference too. Why would we send them to our own conference? Like what? And
Why
then
not?
for a 15, and then y'all ain't even have the respect enough. Why with me sitting here in front of y'all, like I'm here, I'm right here, I'm sitting right here, and y'all talking about not giving not not giving the 15 pick, but saying there's no difference in 3 picks.
Yes,
Hey, y'all can have the
bro.
18 pick.
We
Then
didn't
why
even
don't
give the
y'all take the
Saints the
18 pick?
15th pick. We didn't even give the Saints that. We gave the Saints the 17th pick or 19th pick, whatever pick it was we had. We
But
gave them
y'all,
either
the
17th,
Saints
19th.
ain't get offer y'all anything
We
else
didn't even
close
offer them the
to a
15th pick.
Debo.
So why would we give y'all the 15th pick?
Because y'all getting Debo and y'all don't have to wait. Then you take the 18 pick to pick up the other person that wasn't a
What does that
receiver that
mean?
y'all looking
Debo,
for.
okay, we get Debo. He had we got Debo had 77 receptions
First
for
and
1,400
foremost,
yards and
first and
and
foremost,
14 touchdowns. We get it.
Debo can catch. That's he can catch.
So can
That should be
so can Devontae Smith.
y'all already
So can
have
Devontae
Smith.
Smith.
Yeah, y'all have Smith. Debo can
Right. So
catch.
what is your point about catching? What's your point about catching? I'm
Y'all
trying to get
beside
where you're going with that.
outside of Smith, y'all ain't got no one else that can catch.
Yes, we do. We have Gobert.
Oh, got it.
Dallas Gobert.
Okay, y'all tied in. Yeah, but
Got
y'all
it. I mean,
tied in.
got it. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
got
y'all
it.
tied in. But outside of
Not
that, y'all
Gobert. I
have
don't know
no
why I
in
said
y'all.
Gobert. Got it.
Do you have that's all key? The disrespect. I can't key. I thought the more of you to sit up and, and get in collusions
I ain't
with
finna let him
Bishop
shine for his
talking
team,
about
Freddie. I'm not. I'm not finna let him shine. No, I'm not. I'm not doing it.
to, to sit up and to sit up
Oh,
and
Pete Pascal. I
yeah,
don't
y'all
know
got
about
Pascal.
Pascal.
He can catch as a
Oh,
slot.
that's the one we just picked up. That's the one
Yeah,
we just
in
picked
slot.
up. Yeah, yeah,
I thought
yeah.
more
That's the
highly
one
of
we
you,
just
Key.
picked
I thought you and Bishop to collude, and then had the audacity. And I'm sitting here listening. I was like, wait, how they gonna offer us an 18 pick when you got a 15 pick? We need stop playing with us. Don't even. It's
No,
not happening.
no,
First and
no.
foremost, I have to
Well, like I
continue.
said, go over
That's
there.
what we're
Go
going to
go to
speak
Green
into
Bay.
existence.
Go trade with Green Bay. They got 22 and 28. Go to Green Bay. 22 and 28. Go over there.
We don't,
Go over there. Then.
you
Go
know,
get their
we
22
don't.
and 28
We're
pick.
not trading any of that for the simple fact of he's not going anywhere. He's staying in San
He's
Francisco.
going.
Like he said,
He's
they
going.
know. Like he said, only him, his agent, and San Francisco know why he asked for a trade. San Francisco has
We
came
don't
out and
know.
said
He said it.
we're not going to. He's not going. We're not going to. We're not falling for the banana in the tailpipe trick, and we're going to go ahead. And Debo isn't going anywhere.
He's
He gonna
going.
take this.
He's
He
going.
gonna even take this
Y'all
money,
trying to do. Kyle
or he
Shanahan
can
trying
sit
to do
out.
too much with him.
He can sit out. I think $3 million is worth sitting
Thank you,
out. Like
thank you, Rich AP. Thank you, Rich AP. Thank you, Rich AP. Thank you. We appreciate. Thank you, Rich AP. He does fit our scheme. He does. Definitely, we could definitely bring
you
him
see,
over there, especially when we got the
see,
passing down.
this is a clear example of what happens. We everything is good, and then you see how they try to gut me. Y'all see how they try to just string me up and hang me up and gut
Mhm.
me to simply get Debo just to see if Debo was gonna fall out. It's like the fifth. Y'all got a 15 to 18. You gonna offer us an 18 pick when
Yes,
Debo
absolutely,
is better than anyone on
absolutely.
your team. Debo's better than anyone on your team, and you gonna
No, he's
offer us
not.
an 18.
No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. I would not say that.
He's
I would not say he's
Debo.
better than anyone
Who
on our
is he
team.
not better than?
I would not put Debo. I would not put Debo better than Devontae Smith. I would not. Only reason why people could probably categorize Debo as better than Devontae is because of why he wants to leave out of San Francisco. They utilize him in everything. Wildcat, which nobody even runs the Wildcat anymore. They do everything. He touches the ball probably more than the quarterback touches the ball. That's why. But other than that, I feel like Debo's better
He
than
does not
Devontae
touch the
Smith,
ball
in
more than
my
the
opinion.
quarterback. This dude,
Yeah,
man.
he do. Devontae, he touched the ball. I mean, Debo touched the ball every. If he could be the center, they would let him be the center. They want Debo to touch the ball for everything. Wasn't he punt
So
returning too? Wasn't he doing punt
yeah,
returns or something
he
like
played
that?
all.
You see?
He
Come
played
on,
all
bro.
four except for defense. So
Yeah, he doing it all. Too much.
he played. He played running back. He played quarterback.
All
I mean,
that.
he played.
Yeah,
I mean,
he
he
do
didn't play
Wildcat.
quarterback.
But
Yeah, he
Wildcat.
quarterback. So
Throwing
I'm not.
balls. Like he doing it all. Like he throwing touchdowns? Yeah. Threw a touchdown pass. Like, come on, man. Like Debo, yeah, they're like yeah, we'll give up our 18th pick for Debo for sure. That's fair. That's all the way fair, bro. Without question. Debo for 18. Debo for 18. I'm with it. Come on, Philly, pull the trigger, make it happen, baby. He's a take. He's a Taysom Hill. He's a Taysom Hill. I see you, kid. I see you. Yeah, yeah. Debo for 18. Let's pick it. Let's pick it. Debo for 18. Debo for 18. We'll take it. Let's focus on that defense. That's where we really like defensive or offensive line. One of the two. Let's focus. Let's focus. I don't see why we wouldn't. Come on, man. What else is going on? That was that. Um, yeah, let's go. Oh,
I'm
this
not
the
gonna
other thing,
say
man.
some Hill. What?
Yeah, he said that. She said that's what Debo is like, Taysom Hill. We do know Malik Willis met with the Lions the other day, met with the Steelers yesterday or today. He
No,
meets with the Steelers
yeah,
today.
today,
But
today. Hmm.
he meets with the Steelers today. Um, the thing is, it does, initially they had Lewis pick him at 20, but now it looks like the Steelers are going after Pickett instead of Malik Willis. It looks as though Malik Willis may go before that. The big top three quarterbacks is Riddle, Pickett, Willis, and those are pretty much the top three, I think. Oh no, it's another cat. It's four of them. It's four quarterbacks that are really being looked at in the draft. I want to say, I think it's four. But I know Willis, Pickett, and Ritter, not Riddle, Ritter. What's his
Matt
name?
Corral is the other one.
Cole, the other one. Four. That's him. I don't know. Yeah, Matt Cole.
So
That's him.
what seems to be
Out of
the
Ole Miss, right? Ain't he out of Ole Miss?
yeah, what seems to be the
Yeah.
rhetoric is, of course, that Pickett out of Pitt and Coral out of Ole Miss are NFL ready quarterbacks currently.
Right. Right.
Ritter and Willis are not shabby. They have some upside,
Work
but
need to be worked.
they'll
Yeah.
be better. Yeah, that they'll be better as a backup, so they can learn systems, and they're going to probably be better overall over time. But right now, Pickett and Coral are would be the top two for the most part. So, in which
Ready. NFL ready.
yeah, yeah, and like you said,
I
they
don't know. I don't know. I don't know
go
why
ahead,
Rich
go ahead.
AP the Lions are not like in um what's his name? The kid from the
Golf.
Rams. Golf,
So
Jared Golf.
yeah.
I don't know.
So they have like you
I don't
said,
know.
they have Pickett is supposed to visit the Lions today. Willis is supposed to visit the Steelers, and Coral is supposed to visit the Falcons.
The Falcons? Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Jared Goff out there in Detroit, man. Maybe they didn't like what they saw this past season with Jared in Detroit. I don't know. I mean, not like that. I feel like Willis is probably a better fit in Pittsburgh than in Detroit, in my opinion. But we'll see.
So
We will
one
see.
thing, Bishop, going before we get into the quarterbacks, I wanted to bring up some as far as the receivers. Additionally, we have, of course, Jarvis Landry took a meeting. Is taking a meeting this week with the New Orleans Saints. How do you think that would work out if he was assigned there? You think I see the look on your face like it was a stank face. You that's
No, I'm still. I feel like them getting Jarvis Landry wouldn't probably be a bad idea. I think they still need to try and figure out who they're gonna have as they starting QB though. Is it gonna be Taysom or is it gonna be uh
oh, you know who's gonna be.
uh Winston
That's Winston's team, I
James?
believe. Yeah, I think it's the Wizards team because they you still have remember because they brought in Jameis. I think definitely what's going to happen is and Leo, if you own still or any New Orleans fans, if you own, uh I think it's going to be Jameis's position to lose.
To
I
lose.
think
Mm-hmm.
I think Taysom is going to be utilized in a different way. Like they said, probably tight end or you know what I'm saying or a hybrid, and Dalton is going to be the backup.
Wow. Oh, okay.
So
Well,
I think that's
I'm
what
sorry. I was looking at the ticker at the bottom. It just said breaking
Ben Simmons
news.
playing.
Oscar, well, not that Oscar De La Hoya has been brought up on,
Oh yeah, sexual assault.
yeah, charges. But
Hmm.
anyway, yeah, who was we talking about?
Jarvis Landry.
Oh yeah, Jarvis Landry. Yeah. You said it. Yeah, you said it was Jalen Winston's team position to lose as far as the quarterback is concerned.
Because they want to convert.
Then I feel
They want
like
to convert.
I do feel, yeah, I do feel like Jarvis Landry is definitely a person that will be key key asset to the the Saints organization if he was able to sign on there. And I feel like for us, man, is he a free agent? He's a free agent,
Who?
Jarvis, or is this a trade talk?
No, they trade talk. Was he released?
Trade talk. I don't know. I don't know if that's what I'm trying to get at. Definitely not watching Winston's teams. As soon as this NIT starts, the Saints will be hunting for someone else, someone's QB. Mm. I don't know if he was released or not. Let me look. I didn't know. I didn't know if Jarvis Landry was released or if he was free. Let
I
me
think he
look.
was released.
If he's released, then I don't know why we as the Philadelphia Eagles don't pick him up and not even waste it. Why not even lose a pick? Just pick him up.
Anthony, don't. Anthony, don't. It's okay. I had to let. I had
Did
to
you
let him
really
live,
say
Anthony.
Saints is better than
If
Debo? Did you
after
really
I
say
looked, you
Smith?
seen the look
I
out.
did.
You seen the look
I
I
sure
gave him
did.
when he said it.
I sure
And
did.
you
I sure
and
did. I
what's
sure did.
the proof is in the pudding, Anthony, because his counterpart didn't even chime in. Key knew not to touch that. She just let it go, like stop playing, Bishop. But you know what I'm saying? We understand that she don't want to sit up in front
No,
and
I sure did.
show her man up, you know what I'm saying, or show her man's up and on her brother,
I,
her Philly brethren. And so I didn't even touch it. I just know when you know, you know. And I knew better than to even entertain that,
I sure
Anthony.
did. I sure did. I sure did. I sure did say he was better. I sure did. I sure did. I didn't say he was. I didn't say Smith is better. Actually, to be honest, I did not say that. I said I don't feel like Debo is better than Devontae Smith. That's what I said. No, he's not. He's not better. Do not make me pull that. We know Debo had 1,400 yards and 14 TDs. Do I need to pull up? Do I hold on, bro? Cause y'all about to work my nerves. Debo, yeah, yeah. Cause y'all really trying to be disrespectful.
Bless. But of course, yeah. So then additionally, so yeah, so Van Landry going back in or around the New Orleans area, Baton Rouge areas. He played at college ball in LSU, but I think he is a free agent, or they have to look for a trade from him. I can't remember, was he released or was it a situation where he was given the opportunity to find a trade. But additionally, also now what came up is, and Bishop, tell me, do you agree with this? What basically came up, or what came about, is um, Cooper Cup, Mister Triple Crown himself, has stated and said that he's not worried about being the highest paid player or none of that. He just wants to be
Right.
paid what he feels like is adequate and fits the him and the team in his best way. Do you agree with that, or do you feel like, nah, get your money, get your money?
He still got a year on his contract, right?
No, I'm not saying for him, but he's like, he's not worried about that. He's like, when it comes his time, then the team, when they sit down, the team, he wants the team to do what's best for them and to do what's best for him. He's not worried about being the highest paid quarterback, I mean receiver. He just wants to get paid what
Mm-hmm.
he feels like what is best for him and what's going to do best to make to fit the team.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Basically, like we say, I can tell you exactly what he said in quote. Uh, where's Cooper?
Real quick, y'all, before we go, keep on staying on Cooper Cup. I just need y'all to get an understanding, right?
Yes,
Just need y'all to get an
please
understanding.
let
Y'all
us
see
understand.
y'all for y'all Debo fans, y'all Debo fans, and we comparing him to Devontae Smith. All right. Receptions. This is just the 2021 season. Receptions. Debo 77. Devontae 64. Okay. Targets. Debo 121. Devontae 104. Okay. That's 16 more. That's 16 more. 16 more receptions. 15 more receptions. Yards. Debo, which I already told you, 1405. Devontae 916. Yards. Yards receiving. Debo 18.2. Devontae 14.3. The longest, Debo 83. Devontae 46. 20 yards plus, zero for both. TDs, Debo, 6. Devontae, 5. Rushing, attempts for Debo, 59. 59 rushing. To, of course, Devontae, 0.
Mm-hmm.
Games played, Devontae, 18 to Debo's 19. Where's the big difference, bro? There is none. As I stated, for you Anthony Prices and for you Richard Applewhites and for you Trays, Debo Samuel is not like that dude that much better than Devontae.
So the only thing I
Mind
can
you,
say
Debo had 59 rushing attempts.
for
59.
300 for over 300 yards.
That part. But he's
What's
not a
good?
running
What's good,
back. He's a
Alvin?
receiver. And
I
he
so
had
what? So
8
what I would
and
say
he had
is,
8 touchdowns. He had more touchdowns as a running back than he did as a receiver.
but so what I was about
That's
to say
right
is,
there.
what I was about to say
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
is,
I'm
at the
listening.
end of the day,
What up,
in that
Alvin?
from that see, here we go with another damn Philadelphia fan with that BS. Anyway, what I was about to say is,
We need to get him out. Yeah, we trying. I say we should get him out, and that's what I'm. That's exactly what I'm saying. But
so
go
what
ahead,
I'm what
Trey.
I'm so what I'm saying is,
That's not true, Anthony.
what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, I can understand. I hear you say there's too much, not too many to the difference. But what you got to also take in consideration is, like you just said, Debo had 49 touches as a running back.
Running back.
What is even half of those touches went to him as a wide receiver? There would be a
What
different.
if?
It would be a
What if?
larger
What if?
disparity.
My exactly. My point is that what if
He's
Devontae
better
had
than him.
0 rushing?
I wasn't going to touch
Devontae
it. I wasn't going to touch it, but he's better than
Devontae had
Devontae
0
Smith.
rushing attempts.
He's better than Devontae
Zero.
Smith.
So just give Devontae third half of those 20
Alvin,
20 something touches
Alvin,
as a running back.
Alvin, Alvin, is Devontae Smith better than Debo Samuel?
I never said that.
I'm
I
just
didn't
asking
never
him.
said that.
I get it. I
Okay,
understand it.
okay.
But
Just
he,
make
I
sure
mean,
we
but
understand,
he is,
Alvin. I did not say
he
he
is,
was better. I never said that.
he is, because I wasn't going to touch it, but he is. He's better than Devontae he's better than him in that case. But
He's
I
not.
mean,
He's not. I've sat there and proved he's not. He is not. You give a. He is not better. If anything, yes, as a wide receiver, he's still not. Because I just gave the numbers, Alvin. How does he? How? Okay, explain to me how he has more potential. Because he's able to run the ball as a running back. Is that why you're saying he has more potential? Because if I'm not mistaken, when Devontae was in Alabama, they had him run the ball a couple of times too, on
for
reverses,
one, the Devontae
on a
isn't
bunch of.
Devontae's body isn't made to take those type of hits. And like we said, Debo's is more so, but of
What?
course that's Devontae is a small, frail individual. Come on now. He is not built the same. His
How,
build is not the
he is
same as
not that
Debo.
much small. He is not that much smaller than you bro. You on one today, yo. Um, let's see. Let's just see how much more. Let's just see how much more they. how much more bigger in let's see, because I totally disagree. Debo is a probably more cut than Devontae. Devontae is definitely more of a uh smaller, not smaller. Uh, yeah, I guess you could say that. Um,
I can even agree with this as well. Uh, with
CD
Anthony
Terry is better than Smith. I don't agree with that either. Terry who?
Terry
Terry
McLaurin.
McLaurin?
Yes.
I disagree with that too.
Hell, I think the other Samuel in Washington might be better than Smith.
What else is Samuel?
What's his what's his name?
Bro, the stats just I mean, I don't know how y'all can say that when the stats truly say that that's not the case.
Well, he didn't play this much that much this year, but he's let me see. Curtis Samuel.
I don't know why I can't find it. They tell me all about the what's it called, but they won't get the measure. Bro. Let's see. Let's see. Let me I'm just saying, bro. Y'all really should sleeping on Devontae. I
No,
know
I mean, so
he probably not
I'm not
he might
sleeping
not
on
be
him.
as cut
I
up as
believe that he's saying he's going to be.
he's not cut up. He's definitely not as cut up probably as Devontae. I mean as same Debo, but in regards to like measurables and all of that, in regards to like how who's like Devontae ain't that much. I mean Debo ain't that much bigger. Let's see all the ins and outs, bro. Y'all sleeping on my man. And I'm not being biased just because of it's the Philadelphia team.
So I mean, but I mean, so do you think? Where do you think he best fits? Philly, Baltimore, Kansas City, New York, or Green Bay? Without any bias, Debo.
Say the teams again.
Philly, Green Bay, Kansas City, the Jets, or Baltimore.
Definitely not the definitely not the Jets. Probably any one of them teams.
I
Any one
think
of
I
them
would
other
rather.
teams outside of the Jets.
I would want to see him go to if
Any
that
one
was
of
the
them teams
case.
outside of
If
the
he had
Jets.
to, if he had to get traded, I won't want to see him go to Green Bay. I mean, Baltimore.
I want to see him go to somewhere outside of your division. I want to see
Hell,
somebody that's
conf-
going to possibly threaten your chances, threaten your chances of making a Philly. That's what Philly. I love that. There you go. I like that, bro. I like that.
Baltimore. Baltimore is my only. That's the only place he can go to Baltimore.
Some people say Baltimore. I can see Baltimore too. But
But
I just
I
feel
think
like
if he goes to
Devontae,
Baltimore,
I
I
can
think if he goes to Baltimore, he kind of get used in the same way to a degree. But I think
no,
he would be
why?
more open to
No,
be.
why? Not how would he get used in the same way? With the you don't need to use him like that when you have uh Lamar Jackson. Why would you ever want to run him like a running back when you got a Lamar Jackson? There's no purpose in it. There's no reason for that. If he was to go there and you still used him as the way San Francisco used him in Baltimore, you'd be dumb. You'd be dumb and you'd probably be kicked out of coaching. Because there's no need. You have a Lamar Jackson. You don't need his that run threat from Debo when you got Lamar. I'm just talking. Oh, I said my damn internet is acting up. I don't know anything you said, Trey, or nothing.
No, I heard you. I heard what you saying.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you heard me. Nothing. Yeah, you'll protect your QB, cut down on the run. Protect all of your players, Anthony. We ain't just trying to protect Lamar. You would try and protect Debo too, because the more you run him as a running back, the more hits he gonna take. If he carries my money, go to the Jets. If he wants to catch a run the Ravens.
Hmm.
That part, Alvin. I like that part, Alvin, when you say Philly because he can go opposite of Smith and cheat and a lot of trick plays and bridges to get out for him. That's true. You can definitely.
But
That's
see,
why I said any team except the Jets, in my opinion.
but I mean, that's
But
why.
like what
So
like Alvin said,
so even then,
if it's about
if
the
he
money,
goes
then yeah.
with the Reed and Mahomes situation, that's no different than what he has in San Francisco, and that's the same thing which I would see possibly happen in game plan and certain packages for him
How do you feel
in
that?
because he's a threat that way. So the only thing I can see possibly that wouldn't be different in that is they might not utilize him that in that amount. I think utilizing him in the same way as he's done in San Francisco will basically be advantageous to a team like Baltimore due to the fact of you have Lamar Jackson and RPOs with Lamar Jackson and Debo in that same act that causes someone to have to choose your poison and where it might offset the defense in a certain way, which is no different. Like he said, using it the same way. Basically, that's what they did in Kansas City is use Hill like that. The only difference is there is much more of a utilization for him in that manner in San Francisco than what it was for Hill in Kansas City, and presumably um, what it would be for him if he was in a place like Baltimore. But I foresee it would still be the same type of offense, and this what they would be using it. It'd probably just be less utilization as a runner because jet sweeps. The same way Los Angeles Rams used Odell Beckham with jet sweeps and stuff like that. Those are game changers where you got a receiver that's coming around the corner as a running back when he gets the ball.
In my opinion, I don't feel like they would use him the way they use him in Kansas. I mean, in San Francisco. There's no need to use him that way in Kansas City. If Debo, you would not, I don't see you doing jet sweeps and stuff like that. I know they did that with Tyreek Hill, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like you need that.
So yeah, so it'll be interesting. And like I said,
It
additionally
would
with
be.
in any case, well, but like I said, he's not going anywhere. He will be a 49er unless
No, he's going. He's going to leave. He's leaving. If you don't think he's
unless
leaving, when we just watched Tyreek Hill, we just watched Tyreek Hill. We just watched. We just watched Adams. We didn't watch all these receivers leave, and you think he won't leave? Okay,
completely different
you
situations.
keep that in mind.
Completely different
What
situations.
Tyreek Hill wasn't. Tyreek Hill wasn't.
They
Tyreek Hill wasn't a free
trade
agent.
They traded, yeah, they traded
Right.
him because
We talking about a
he didn't
trade.
want to
We
take
talking
he
about a
didn't want
trade.
to take the money. He didn't want to sit up and they couldn't come to a deal for his money.
He didn't want
So
to take the money, or were they offering him enough?
they couldn't come to a deal for his money. In
Okay,
this case, San
that's the
Francisco is
only
willing to
difference, but it's
pay.
still a trade.
They still, what I'm saying, San Francisco is willing to pay Debo. Debo doesn't want, for whatever reason,
But
Debo
that's not what
doesn't
he
want to
wants.
stay.
He doesn't want the pay. He said that it's not about the pay. It's about you're trying to use him as in San Francisco. He said it has never been about the pay. He said he wants the fact that he doesn't want to be utilized the way they utilize him. That's the whole issue. It's not the pay. He never said anything about the
Stop
pay.
it,
He,
Apple
he
White.
don't mind the bag.
I do not think this for a second, Apple White.
Harmon made Tyreek Hill expendable. How you feel that? Because Harmon definitely ain't doing what Tyreek Hill was doing. It ain't always the pay cut. It's not always the pay cut, Alvin. That's not that is not true. It's not always the pay for all of them. I've said that numerous times. So if it's always the pay, then why is Tom Brady still playing? If it's always the pay, Alvin, why is Tom Brady still playing? Because I know you ain't finna say it's about the pay. If it's always about the pay, why is Tom Brady still playing? Don't worry, I'll wait.
So Anthony, to answer
No,
your
it's
price,
not. It's not
why
always
Bishop works for Alvin.
Trey, who you giving up on? Oh, he said that. He asked this yesterday, didn't he? Yesterday, day before. Thanks, Freddie. You mean
Both of
TB12?
them, both of them can get the
What
bag.
him being TB12, being TB12 or TB13, whatever. Him being that, what does that have to do whether or not your point about
Oh,
it's
because he
always about
doesn't.
the pay?
Yeah, he's off for it. So when you look at, I think what he's saying is for Tom Brady is he hasn't. It's never been about the money for him. He prefers the other stuff. So
And that's all I'm
so
saying. It's
yeah,
not always
yeah, he
about the
doesn't.
bag for
Yeah,
everybody. Yeah, it's not always about the bag for every player. And Debo has clearly
because
said
definitely it's
it wasn't
definitely about
about
the
the money.
bag for. Yeah, it's definitely not about the bag for Brady, but it is for Aaron.
Definitely. Now there's the two differences. There's the two differences. It's definitely about the bag for Aaron. He wanted that because he was almost out the door of Green Bay until they offered him that money. He was like, oh, you know what? I'll stay. I like you. I like you.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
he don't care. Aaron don't care. Aaron don't care who he throwing to as long as he getting paid to throw.
that's it. That's all he cares. Too early for Aaron. Too early for what? For him to what leave? Or for him to get the bag? For what? What's too early for Aaron? No other
Yeah.
player but Brady don't care about the money.
That's what it seemed like. Oh, you know what? And at this
I
point, I would
don't
think that's the
I
same
don't
thing with
agree to that.
Jackson. I think Jackson is in that boat right now too,
He
or
don't
he
care
could
about the
just
money
be.
either. That's another one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jackson
that's
don't care
another
about the
one.
money.
Yeah, Jackson don't care about the money because he could be getting his bag right now, and he's not even concerned. He's not even concerned.
And presumably that's the same thing. Cup doesn't care about the money, so it's a couple of them
That
out
too,
there that
Cup too. There you go.
don't care about the
Yeah, let's
money.
keep that.
It's just
Everybody's not always about the bag. Yeah,
I am.
everybody not always about that, man.
I
I
don't
mean,
even
I'm
need
not
a.
about.
I don't even need. I don't even need a bag. You can just give me a stack.
You can give me a sack. Yeah, you
Yeah,
can give me a
I don't
bag.
need a
Just give me a
bag.
brown paper
I
brown paper
I
sack.
grab one of these bags I got
Yeah,
here
give me
from
a
this
sack.
grocery store. It's just like, yeah, just put a couple of stacks in
Mm-hmm.
there.
Give me a brown paper sack. I'll be good.
You ain't got to back nothing up. We could just sit up and put it in Cash App me.
That's it. That's it. That's it. That part.
Well, let's see what else we got. So you know what? Let's talk about this in our last couple of seconds. Your man's Joey Burrow is his receiver a couple of weeks ago. Higgins had labrum surgery. So I know this is not the same surgery what you had, but I would think it's pretty close. Correct, Bishop? or did you have labrum? Was it a rotator cuff or labrum?
Labor.
Oh, so you did have
Well,
labrum.
I think my labor had was a part of it too. Yeah, it was mainly the rotator cuff, but I think they had tweaked the labor as well.
Okay, so that Higgins had that surgery like maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, in which he's expected to recover for it by camp. Do you see this as a potential issue as someone who had a similar surgery, somewhat, or like your recovery? I know at
No,
one point you was going back and doing a lot of
who had this? Who had this surgery?
Higgins, T Higgins.
Oh, T. Higgins, the wide receiver.
Yeah.
Yeah, for him, it's not. It's. Not, I don't think it's a big issue. In regards to because I can say, um, like I don't have a problem catching the ball or nothing like that. In regards to after the surgery, nothing like that. Definitely, he would probably, he's definitely gonna have to he's definitely gonna rehab it, of course, and probably, get that whichever arm it was or shoulder it was to get that arm back, that shoulder back, and back to strength. Because you lose a lot of strength during the surgery and all of that and the recovery. But yeah, I don't see it being a problem at all. He should be able to bounce back from that pretty easily as a wide receiver.
Mm. So yeah, of course, saying that he's going to be key in that uh, as another weapon for Joe Burrow going forth for Cincinnati to make a possibility, a possible a comeback. Uh, but I got one more thing, but we could talk about it tomorrow. Oh wait, hold up. Let's see. Oh yeah, yeah. We was talking about that Alvin earlier.
Oh
Me
yeah,
and my
yeah, we spoke about that.
I think it's a good look. Then just say that's a humble situation. He ain't got to reset the market. Just give me what I just pay me what I'm worth and what's going to help me and what's going to help you as a team. We can find that even medium and we can go from there. But of course, they're going to probably pay him because I mean he's a triple crown winner.
Mm-hmm. That part.
It's an accolade, but saying obviously saying he did damage with a team full of weapons and he was the main one. So you got to take a consideration. Uh, But like he said, we saying he's one of those who doesn't care for the bag. Just give me what I'm worth. Saying do what's going to do best for me and the team, and
Mm-hmm.
we'll talk about it, or at least we can talk about it. Just don't assume I'm going to take your, just going to take it, but we can talk that figure in here and there. So, of course, that's our time for today. Once again, of course, we greatly appreciate y'all rocking with us today. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Like I say, same time, 09 to 1100 Central Standard Time, or 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Tomorrow, we could have a couple of treats as we should have. True that, Alvin. That's the team player. True that. We will have a couple, the NBA Major Mike Myers, commissioner of the Military Basketball Association, will be joining us tomorrow. Of course, Ron in the building. He joined us tomorrow. Call for fire. I know that. Like I used to be a 13 Echo. Uh, uh, of course at Rofi Stanton. So we should have saying good show. Of course, saying talk it out. Uh, y'all get to see me take the lead, and you see my name has
That's not gonna
changed.
happen.
Y'all will see the name change. So when you pull up and you don't say
That's not.
just Trey there,
That's not
then
gonna
we'll understand that no need to ask questions. When you know, you know. We greatly looking forward to seeing y'all tomorrow. Bishop, any words before we jump up out of here, brother?
No, man, y'all enjoy y'all Thursday. Have fun with it, man. We almost there again. Be safe, and we'll see. Excuse me. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
Greatly appreciate it. Like I said, be here tomorrow. High speeds. Look forward to seeing you there. At this point, go ahead and fall out. Check us tomorrow.
Sorry, Robot Military Fraternity Incorporated. Y'all have a great one. Peace.